Today at Manchester Theatres, I am here with the fabulous JAY McGUINESS and Vera Chok, who are currently touring in 222, A Ghost Story. It is going to be at the Lowry right now, and I, for one, cannot wait to see it again. So Jay, we all know from The Wanted, winning Strictly with that fabulous jive. He has been in shows such as Big, the Musical, White Christmas, and Vera, of course, we know from loads of television shows, including Hollyoaks, Chewing Gum, Cobra, and again, shows such as Chimerica and 12th Night. So we are in good company to talk ghosts and ghouly things and things like that. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
So here's the tricky thing, okay? When you ask someone, can you tell us about 222? But you can't talk about 222 because there's the whole secret thing to it. So what can you tell us in a summary without giving too much away?
Ooh, go for it.
Okay, you'll arrive in the theatre, you'll sit in your seat with your snacks and drink, and you'll watch poor Jenny, a new mother with a baby upstairs, who is convinced that at 2:22 at night a ghost comes and haunts the whole house.
Baby.
The baby included, poor baby. Her husband is not a believer, and then the dinner party starts, and their friend Lauren, played by Vera, who is an old uni friend, super educated and loves a drink, and Ben, new boyfriend, arrive, and they spend the night discussing about if they believe in ghosts or not. They decide to wait up until 2:22 and see if all the creepy stuff is real or a figment of someone's imagination, or creepier things are going on in the house. And they drink, they fight, they kiss, they do everything a human can do. It disintegrates into madness.
A little bit of chaos, really.
It does, yeah.
So much chaos. Hold on to your drinks and snacks because some people jump and stuff goes everywhere.
Oh, yes.
Double thinking red wine if you've got a white shirt on.
Yeah. Pick your clothing carefully.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's been going for nearly 3 years now. It's won loads of awards and things like that. And people are really sticking to this keeping the secret thing, aren't they? So, I mean, I've seen it and I've not told anyone anything.
Well
so, so what do you think is it about the show that is just really drawing people in?
I think all the characters are really, you identify with them, or you know someone who's just like them. They're sort of modern day people. They talk about relevant things without being heavy-handed. You know, you gotta go, oh, he's working class, or they're middle class. One's a young mother, and there's a character who's like, sort of, you know, an annoying. Everyone knows an annoying guy who doesn't believe his girlfriend or his wife, and so you go. So all of the characters are relatable, I think, and the themes are so modern, but it's super funny.
Yes, it is so funny. Yeah. And you learn all kinds about asparagus as well. That when I heard that line, I'm not going to give that away. Oh yeah, that just blew my mind. That about the asparagus.
I think that's part of what people like is, you know, when you go to a dinner party, it's something about it. It's so fun because there's this sort of general conversation going on and people mixing their viewpoints. That's really addictive to watch.
Yes.
If you can just the reason that we watch Big Brother, or people enjoy watching it, is watching someone authentically think that they're on their own, and what do they do when they're on their own is fascinating. And then to see someone say something but secretly be annoyed at their partner and be hinting at that's all things that we all know. So that dinner party pretense is such a fun thing to watch play out.
But also the whole ghost thing. I think horror works really well because it lets people express their beliefs and their fears and their concerns about life in a safe space. Yeah. So you get to go to the theatre and like scream and laugh and cry, but you know that you're safe, and it's sort of a nice release with in a live situation as well. You're going to do it with like old friends and new friends. Lots of people make friends at the theatre watching the show because everyone's talking to each other.
You grab people,
what's happening? What do you think's happening?
Or going, I told you.
Yeah.
You said, didn't you? Yeah, she said earlier, you know.
Gets people talking, I think. And a lot of people watch it multiple times because then they want to sort of track the clues. So
I was going to say that because it's going to be my second time tonight, and I am so excited because
new eyes.
Yes, it's going to be like watching it like completely different.
Some of the moves and some of the lines, I stand there and I think I'm giving it away. I'm giving away what's happening, and I just think I don't get it how people don't understand what is going on because the clues are right there in front of you. But I watched the entire show and had no idea. So that second time, you're suddenly. The new perspective is fascinating to watch, and so I'm glad you're watching it for a second time. It'll be a different show to you. Yeah,
I am excited because it is going to be like, even on the way home last time, I was like, oh my my goodness, that was that and that.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for tonight, honestly. It's going to be amazing. And has doing this show kind of altered your own thoughts and beliefs in ghosts in any kind of way? Like, did you have a preconception and now you're like, ooh?
I don't think it's altered my perception of ghosts. I think I'm open to the idea of ghosts, and I think there probably could be an afterlife. I don't know. I think it's arrogant to decide one way or the other. That for sure. But I think what it's changed my mind on is, or maybe opened my eyes towards, is what are ghost stories. I love the idea that they're the way that we explore our beliefs about what happens after life and death, and it's a really human thing for us to tell stories and share them. I just think it makes me think humans are really cute.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's changed my opinion on ghosts, but I really like Danny Robbins' program note. He ends it by saying, it's not, the question isn't whether or not ghosts exist, it's more like, and I'm paraphrasing very badly, it's sort of why are ghosts so important to us?
Yes.
So it's a similar thing to what Jay said. It's like it's a very human thing to sort of process the world by thinking about spirits and ghosts coming back to say hello.
Yeah.
Oh, not here.
I know we are in the spookiest building in Britain, I believe, Ortal Hall in Salford. I mean, what a location to do it in, right?
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing. And just before we go then, we've not even kind of talked about your characters. So you've mentioned who you're playing. So you're Ben, and you are Lauren.
Yes.
And we know that Lauren does like a little bit of a drink as things go along. But in her defence, she's got quite good reason to. Yeah,
I think the key thing that came out of rehearsals was that Lauren is depressed, and so she's a very high functioning depressed person, very high functioning alcoholic, and we all know a loud person who's like, everything's fine, everything's so fine, I'm happy, my job's going well, my life is well, I've got a hot boyfriend, but they're really suffering inside, and that's Lauren.
Yeah.
And I think that makes her so human and so interesting, because at every point of the play when she's under stress, she reacts in a way that is all about her survival, moment to moment, and I just love that about her.
Yeah. And Ben is very, he's kind of down to earth, but he also thinks he's a little bit psychic as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that his down to earthness is that he really knows what class he's from, and he knows the established rules of being a working class builder, like he knows what's what in his world.
Yeah.
Being into a dinner party of the middle class is a fish out of water, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have really firm beliefs that he holds to about the afterlife, and he feels confident in sharing them eventually. Once he gets over his first introduction nerves. He's got his best suit on, he's got his best signet ring, his gold watch.
And
he's going to have a good night.
Yeah, he's there, he's in it. Oh, thank you both so much. It's been an absolute joy chatting with you. And I cannot wait. Ghost Story, 222 Ghost Story is at the Lowry right now. Come along and watch it. You are in for a treat. Maybe bring a friend to kind of grab on, or a cushion to hide behind at the same time. Thank you so much, and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've had experiences I don't think you can explain with science. Things that have proper freaked me out.
Fear is what's kept humans alive for millions of years. It's the strongest of all emotions, stronger than love.
The laws of thermodynamics. Things cannot appear and disappear.
I don't believe in ghosts. I figured it was a stupid dream, or I don't know, my brain.
But there's an explanation, a scientific explanation.
You're frightened. I can see that.
You don't believe me? It happened 4 nights running.
If ghosts don't exist, why do people see them?